How's it going, everybody? We'll be talking about revenge lock today, and while it's certainly not as prevalent as back in the day, there are a few outliers that might need a closer look. What is also quite interesting is how the definition of the term changed over the years. When we were talking about a move that locks revenge back in the day, that meant you eat like 4 to 5 heavies. Armor properties from moves like hug or bite were just preventing the revenge pop, and thank God none of this nonsense is still present. So don't expect any outrageous revelations today, but I'm sure there is a surprise or two. But before, real quick, sponsor stuff. It's been a while, but Viking Jewelry is back. I feel like I've told this to you guys dozens of times already, and you should all know by now. High quality Norse-inspired rings, bracelets, necklaces, and much more. They've included many a new thing in their shop over the years. And currently there is a special sale going on this month, and that is 30% off on all Axe and Hammer Thor bracelets. Now, I have another code for you that gives you an additional 10%. Use Freeze10 at the checkout. It also doesn't hurt to check the rest of the shop. Like I've said, they keep adding new stuff. Recently that was watches or clothing a little while back. All links can be found down below, so just click those and you'll be led right where you need to go. Thanks guys. Alright, back to the topic at hand. Like I said, the definition of revenge lock changed over the years, and now it's pretty much used for any move that stops you from popping revenge immediately. Let me give you an example of one that is intended and one that most likely isn't. For one, Aramusha's Ring the Bell. The hero grabs you and then bops you with the pommel of the blade, which does the damage. The period between grab and damage occurring is a revenge lock. You cannot pop it in between those two moves. So if a teammate times it correctly, they can get damage in. Then you can pop it the very moment you get hit by an external opponent. As mentioned, this is intended behavior. Then on the other hand, we have a different example in the form of feats. Pugio and Boleadora's revenge lock for the full duration of the pin. Normally you can pop revenge the very moment you take damage. No extra recovery or extra pin should prevent you from it. This is how other moves of that sort work, including the pins from those two heroes that have the feats. So that is the definition more or less. Now let's look at the moves that don't quite follow these rules exactly. While you can make an argument for some that they are supposed to work like that, others are clearly outliers. Let's start with PK then. Her 3 stabs after guard break makes sense that they lock, but it still locks throughout the whole duration and can be delayed. Only after the 3rd stab you can successfully pop revenge. Then Lawbringer's Impale. Throughout the whole travel distance you are locked. Damage already occurred, but you're still stuck. Centurion's Lion Roar functions the same as PK's stabs. They're pretty useless now with the stamina changes, but we've had that topic already in the past few weeks. Gladiator Skewer also locks you in until the 3rd tick. Then, in my opinion, the biggest outlier, Warmonger's Impale. Not only does it lock you throughout the travel time, it also locks you throughout the whole recovery after the slash. This is the closest you get to old revenge locking, and this also makes it extremely easy for teammates to add on that extra damage. There isn't just a 100 MS window like with the other moves, you have the whole recovery to land that heavy. And as expected, Shugoki, his Demon Ball. While this move has been problematic for a long time and also adjusted a lot, it still retains a bit of the jank. Once hit, you are locked throughout the whole flying animation, making it also pretty easy for opponents to add extra damage. And just as a reminder, as with all guard break moves, you can pop revenge in between guard break and attack. Now for Sickle Rain, in between testing and recording, something changed. First, the 3 strikes lock just like expected. It's the same as PK and Scent. But what is weird is that previously, if the Sickle Rain Heavy was the move that fed revenge, you couldn't pop it. But if you already had Venge, then you could. Now you can always activate it. We tried a few different timings and different heroes, And we even tested controller as well as keyboard mouse, and it now seems consistent. If anyone could double check that for me, please, I'd be much obliged. I don't think I'm doing anything different, but who knows? Maybe I'm missing something. Hitokiri's sweep also seems to lock for a bit completely different to the kick. Jungjun's kick is also a culprit. Unlike other bashes, its special hit animation seems to lock you for a bit, usually enough for teammates to land extra damage. And then the last one, which is Nusha's third heavy. They have a grab and throw property which do prevent you from popping revenge. The funny thing, and very typical for Nusha, is that it has a little caveat. And that is that you gain throw damage reduction during it, meaning damage will be mitigated by quite a bit. And those were the outliers currently in the game. Some of you might have expected a much longer list, but overall, when looking at them, it's mostly outliers and not really a theme that can be found in all of them. Also, like I mentioned, some of these are probably working as intended, and I in no way claim that all of these need changing. I simply included them for completion's sake, so you guys wouldn't be surprised if you encountered them in a match. But yeah, that's it. Don't forget to check out today's sponsor, Viking Jewelry. Links can be found down below. Hope the video was helpful. Thanks for watching. Latest everybody.